You know what I was thinking just now? It is super important. These are two thoughts that I had been reflecting on, but I'm remembering them again. It is super important for us to stay in prayer, in fasting, and in the reading of the word. Obviously, praise is also important, but these three are the main one. If you stay with these three, you're gonna become an atomic bomb in the spirit realm. I'm telling you this because last night when I was praying, I was sitting in this chair right here, okay? And I was praying, guys, and I felt my hand so hot. I felt the power of God. I felt, okay, literally. In other words, I felt God's presence. And that was my reflection last night, you know, and I got to share it with one of my very good friends. She came to visit me today because tomorrow's my birthday. And the next thing that I wanted to share with you guys, I'm sharing this to encourage you guys so that you guys can pray, can fast, and read your word. The next thing I want to share with you guys, I went to my dad's. I met my dad. They had invited him to go and preach at one of the churches here, local churches around here. So my friend picked me up and she took me. You know, it was a beautiful time. But right at the end, you know, to do the closure, the prayer closure, like they say, like they end the service with prayer. My dad, he just surprised me. He says, "Honey, can you come to the front and translate for me?" You know, because my dad, he speaks English, but his number one language is Spanish. So I can't tell God there no. So I went, and guys, and I started translating for my dad, you know, the prayer. It was so powerful. Holy Spirit manifested so strong, okay, that you could feel Jesus, okay? You could feel the presence of God, the Holy Spirit, walking around in the sanctuarium and touching people. There was a lady at the front, she was crying. So guys, that impacted me. I felt the fire of God, I felt the presence of God, and my dad felt it too. Guys, I had one prophet. He's a very humble man. He came up to me and he looked at me and he said, he gave me words twice. He says, "Sister," he says, "you have the same fire like your dad." And then he told me, he says, "Sister," later on he told me, before I got in the car with my friend, he says, "Sister," he says, "you have the same spirit like your dad." Very humbling, you know, when he told me that, I felt very humbled. So guys, my reflection, what I got is this, and I told my sister this because I talked with my sister on the phone. Me and you, we need to be ready at all times. We need to be ready at all times. So when God says speak, you speak. When God says interpret, you interpret. When God says preach, you preach. We cannot be telling God no because we're not ready. And the way we are to get ready is what I just shared with you with the first reflection. God bless you. You guys have a good night.